Popular NBA Debate Simulator number 1. Today we're gonna focus on the debate as to which is the best era in the NBA. Better yet, we're actually gonna figure it out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the top 10 players from each era and make them go up against each other in the 2K18 playoff simulator. So it is gonna be like the 80s versus the 90s, the 2000s versus the 2010s. All of these matchups will be done in 7-game series in playoff format in 2K18. By the setup, each era is going to be holding the top 2 seeds from each conference. So we'll be using the Warriors, the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Bulls as their uniforms. So let's take a look at the rosters. We got Team 80s as the Celtics, Magic Johnson as starting point guard, a young Jordan as starting 2, Larry Bird as the 3, Kevin McHale as the 4, a young Hakeem Olajuwon standing at the 5, Isaiah Thomas of Detroit as the backup point guard, Drexler and Wilkins as the backup wings, Alex English from the Nuggets is going to be the backup 4, and an old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to round out the final man. So we're also going to change the play styles to add more realism. So the Team 80s are going to be protect the play physical defense, crash defensive glass. They're going to have a slow pace offense, while their main scoring options are going to be Bird, and then Jordan, and then Hakeem with the offensive focus as feed the post. And here is Team MJ, the 90s, representing by the Bulls. We got Stockton at point, Super Jordan at 2, Grant Hill at the 3, Malone at the 4, Hakeem at the 5, Gary Payton as the backup 1, Mullen and Pippen as the backup wings, Dale Robinson as the 4, and a young Shaq manning the middle as the 10th man. Their playing style is going to be similar to the 80s, so protect the plane, physical defense, and crash defensive glass. Offense is also going to be patient offense, but the style is going to be play through star, and Michael Jordan is the one and only option. This is Team Jordan from the 90s. And we got Team 2000s wearing the Lakers colors. We got a young Chris Paul, New Orleans Chris Paul as the point, Kobe and LeBron, a young LeBron, and then Tim Duncan as the 4. Obviously Prime Shaq as the 5, Jason Kidd as the backup 1, young D Wade as the 2, Prime T-Mac as the 3, Prime Dirk as the 4, and KG as the 5th to round out the top 10 from that era. The style is going to be slightly different, so defensive rebounding is going to be some crash, some others run, protect the paint, a little bit faster offense. It's still a play-through star system, and the scoring options are obviously, because it's the 2000s, it's going to be Kobe and Shaq. That's right, Kobe and Shaq is back. And here we have Team Millennials, so the present day team, starting at point guard Curry, Harden, Durant, a older LeBron James being a 4-man now, and Anthony Davis holding the 5, Russell at the 1, backup 1, Clay at the backup 2, Kawhi at the backup 3, Giannis at the backup 4, and DeMarcus Cousins as the final backup 5 as the 10th man. Playing style is going to be extremely different. It's going to be run in transition, protect paint, neutral defensive aggression, but extremely fast pace and shoot at will. Primary offensive option Durant, and then Harden. Alright. So after the first 2 rounds, Team 2000 had a record of 8-1, obviously, because they still play the first 2 rounds. They don't meet each other in the conference final. I mean, but who's gonna stop these guys? I mean, it's Duncan and Shaq high-low, like no chance. OKC got destroyed here, led by Kobe and Shaq. And prime Kobe and Shaq, no less, and surrounded by incredible talents with Tim Duncan, of all people, as the glue guy at the 4, and a young Chris Paul and a young LeBron James rounding out the point guard and small forward. This team is absolutely loaded 1 through 5. Even the backups are crazy. I mean, Vince don't even get any minutes. Prime Vince Carter not getting any minutes on this team, neither is Iverson. So this is an incredibly stacked team. After 8 games against some, modern day chump teams, you can see Kobe's leading the way in scoring for this team, and then Shaq, LeBron, Chris Paul, and Duncan, double-digit rebounds, double-digit assists for the players that are supposed to get them. A beautiful team. And Team MJ, the 90s, went 8-0. So these guys are even scarier. They beat you up, they score a ton. You can see they're winning by 101-65. So they got defense, and yes, this team is led by Prime MJ with Karl Malone as the secondary scorer. An unstoppable crew with Olajuwon ran in the middle, Stockton holding the point, Pippen and Grant Hill as the 3, Gary Payton the glove coming off the bench, and we got Mullen as the backup 2. This is an incredibly scary team, very physical, and led by the greatest player of all time, a 99 Michael Jordan as his primary option. They had no problem going for the first 2 rounds, 8-0 easy. You can see the box score by them. This is a huge team because David Robinson is technically the backup 4, so that's like, this is a giant team. We've also got a young Shaq coming off the bench also. And here's Team 80s also going 8-0 in their first 2 rounds. Oh, Hakeem with the spike. Get out of here, John Wall. So this team was also able to go 8-0 in their first 2 rounds against modern day teams. Led by Magic, Bird, and a young Michael Jordan for scoring, and anchored by Hakeem in the middle. This team is legendary. And we got also Kevin McHale, aka the Torture Chamber, manning the 4 in the post, playing a very, very important role, 30 minutes a game. The modern day Washington Wizards stood no chance, got swept. John Wall and Bradley Beal, this is not even fair. A young Hakeem is a scary, scary thing. And manned by Magic and Bird. This team is physical, this team is strong, and they got attitude. You see they're shoving the Wizards away. That's a bad team. That's a bad boy team. And you can see there from the box score, it's actually led by a young Hakeem going 21 and 13 per game, with Magic and Bird rounding out the duties. Bird is versatile, Magic is averaging a double-double, and with a young MJ as the 4th leading scorer on the team. And finally, Team Millennials, the present day team, got 8-1, led by Durant, Harden, LeBron James, and Curry. This is a modern day all-NBA team 1 through 10. Now, the disadvantage this team has is that they only have 7 years, so we don't know who's going to be better. DeMarcus Cousins is the backup 5. LeBron James in his prime, older prime, is nasty as a 4. This is the modern day All-Stars. Can they take on the rest of the legends? Who knows? But Durant, Harden, LeBron, Curry, and Anthony Davis is incredibly athletic, maybe undersized, but skilled positions. All filled with incredible skill, 1 through 5 with these guys. Everybody can handle, everybody can shoot threes. This is the essence of this team, with Curry leading the way as the point. You can see LeBron as the leading scorer, with Curry as the secondary. Durant and Harden is handling most of the scoring duties on ball, while Anthony Davis is averaging a double-double, 11 and 10. Bench is also solid. So the matchups are set. The 2000s are going to go up against the 2010s, while the 80s go up against the 90s in each conference finals. In the first games of the Eastern Conference Finals, the 80s handled the 90s handily, and the 2000s are completely destroying the 2010s. So this is a, 31-point victory. In the end, the Lakers from the 2000s simply beat the Millennials easily, while the 80s handled the Bulls also rather easily, going 4-1. The finals are set. Is going to be the 80s versus the 2000s. And boy, let me let you know, after the first 2 games, which is a blowout for each team, this series went on to another level, because you can see in game 3 with 1 minute and 23 seconds to go, it's tied 95-95, and we're going right in to check this out. So here's young Jordan wearing Kyrie's jersey, no less, going 1-on-1 against Kobe. This is just crazy. I guess if it comes down to a close game, it's going. Oh, MJ with the shimmy fadeaway. That's a Team Chick fadeaway. There's young Chris Paul. This is New Orleans Chris Paul, by the way, if anyone wants to know the details. I gave him New Orleans Chris Paul because that man dominated the 2000s as the point guard incredibly. And here's Shaq with the fadeaway hook. No good. If you ask me, is Chris Paul the starting point guard from the 2000s, or is it Jason Kidd? I would say it's Chris Paul, because Jason Kidd was decent at the end of the 90s, but he kind of wind down. Chris Paul was dominant all the way. And here's MJ with an N1 right over Kobe. And Team 80s looks like they're gonna take this game 3. They're already up 4. Shaq and Kobe. You can still feel that animosity, but it's very, very cool to see them together. And there's just Tim Duncan chilling out next to Shaq. I mean, my goodness, Tim. Oh, there's young LeBron. That's Miami Heat LeBron, by the way. So, Team 2000 is down 5, 47 seconds to go. They go to Duncan. Of course, it's Kobe time. No, it's Chris Paul time with the free, and he hits it. 1 possession game. Oh my god, there's old Kareem manning the 5. That's crazy. Oh my god, they got Kareem and Hakeem on right now. It's the 4 and 5. McHale misses the short hook shot. Kobe brings it up. 2-point game. This is prime Kobe. This Kobe is rated at 98. And Miami Heat LeBron. Oh god, Miami Heat LeBron is huge looking. I never realized that. Oh, there's Kobe. Ties it up. Kobe. Like Mamba is back holding it down. There's Jason Kidd. And the Celtics, the 80s team, have the final possession. Getting trapped. Magic couldn't get rid of the ball. Chris Paul is feisty. Oh, the backcourt. Oh, no. And Magic's going all the way. Taking on Chris Paul on the ISO. And he misses it. Oh, rebound by Tim Duncan. Last shot for Team 2000 to win this all-important Game 3. Of course it's going to Kobe. Kobe for the win. Oh, in and out. Duncan. Oh, and we go to overtime. I told you guys, this series went crazy. Like, just watch the rest of the way. And overtime, Team 2000 is just showing very, very good ball movement here. LeBron, Miami Heat LeBron for the free ball off the catch, up by 3. And here Team 2000 up by 4, and they're going to the post trying to abuse the Johnson, the Magic, Chris Paul mismatch. No good, get the steal, and LeBron's going coast to coast. Oh, Miami Heat LeBron just looks awesome in Laker colors. Like, I don't know why, but he looks great in Laker colors. Shaq gets the steal here, and for some reason, Shaq can go coast to coast. That's how scary this man was in his prime. Team 2000 is up 7. New Orleans Chris Paul is running the show. Duncan is just the perfect role player. I mean, like, if you look at these gameplays, Duncan barely holds on to the ball. Oh, it's Shaq with the turnaround hook. He just swings the ball every time he touches it. Duncan is perfect for this team. And here's Miami Heat LeBron on the ISO against Clyde Drexler. Gets nothing, goes back to New Orleans Chris Paul. Lobs it up to Shaq. Oh my god. This is too much. There's just too much legend on the floor. This is too much to watch. 2K actually plays beautifully like this. I don't know why. I think it's because it's all the good players. And here comes Kobe off that down screen. Goes back to LeBron. Straight on 3. Team 2000 is taking over that. And one more for good measure. Kobe and Shaq high pick and roll. Kobe spins, bounce pass. Oh my god. This is beautiful. Are you watching this? Kobe to Shaq. Oh, there's all the legends. There's all the Team 2000 legends. So, in the end, we got Team 2000 taking Game 3 over the 80s. LeBron and Laker colors are gorgeous. And there's the Mamba over a young MJ. This is crazy. So, this is going to be part 1 today. Part 2 tomorrow. We'll have detailed game footage from every series in this finals because the games, I don't want to spoil anything, but they're so good. I got to show them all and it's going to take too long here. So, there will also be detailed stats. If you enjoyed this, add me a like. And after tomorrow, I'll also put part 2 in the link description. So, if you want to see part 2 after a few days, it will just be in the description, in the link. As always, thanks for coming by. I really enjoyed doing this. This is so fun to just figure all this out. So if you guys want to see more of these, give me some questions you want to see in the playoff simulator, NBA debates that I can simulate in playoff format to figure out, who's the best or who's the worst. Actually, that could be interesting too. As always, thanks for coming by, and make sure you come back for part 2 tomorrow for all the detailed game footage. And I'll see all of you next time.